The Isaiah Factor Uncensored starts right now.
And welcome to The Factor Uncensored. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're taking a serious look at sex abuse on school campuses. Two female teachers are at the center of tonight's discussion. Both are under investigation for having sex with teen boys in their school. Now, according to court evidence, one teacher, Monique Oam, admitted to picking up the 16-year-old victim at night and having sex in a car. Despite the admission, a judge has ruled she will not face any jail time. Up next, former Colorado teacher Andrea Serrano was impregnated by a 13-year-old. She won't serve any jail time either because of a plea deal, but she will register as a sex offender. If the tables were turned and men committed these crimes, would there be actual punishment and scrutiny? Educator Arnetta Murray and therapist Dr. Jasmine Boone are here on The Factor Uncensored to talk about this. I already know the answer. If it was us, I'd ass be grass. Locked away, Dr. Jasmine Boone. So first of all, why is it acceptable for society for women or teachers, adult teachers, females to have sex with little boys and not the same when it comes to men? Not that anyone wants equality when it comes to that. It's just, you know, equal punishment for the crime.
Yeah, there definitely is. I think here it's going to be very important to know that pedophilia, when we're talking about the little children.
And no one calls it that.
It's pedophilia, right? And in this instance with the two adolescent boys, it's called nebophilia. And so there's a difference, right? That's when we're dealing with pubescent 11 to 14 years old. And so we start to change the dynamic where it's like, okay, they're kind of teens and that's an older woman, it's sexy. A lot of our society says like it's a badge of honor to like attract an older woman where it's not there. Now I wonder if this lady had sexual activity with a 4-year-old, would she get the book thrown at her? But when we're talking about an adolescent teen boy, now it's like a difference. So there's a—
Why is that?
I think one, there's a societal stigma that needs to be changed, but also I think for women, it's very underrepresented in the judicial system, in the justice system, and I think for whatever reason we're seeing it differently. We're not seeing it as predatorial as it actually is.
For a young boy or teen boy, it's like, you can take it and way to go. You got your old ass teacher having sex with her.
Absolutely.
He just broke it down.
Oh my God, you, Arnetta.
He took it all the way there.
But Arnetta Murray, who's also an educator in the school system.
Yes, sir.
Your thoughts on this, first of all?
As she said earlier, as Doc said, it's wrong. Period.com, it's wrong. And so, unfortunately, you say about that men can do it and it's a problem. A coach, I was just sharing with her earlier, at Katie, look, he got fired, football coach, he just got fired. So I can't say that, you know, it's a double standard, but if you want to go there, the world is a double standard. So I think that what we have to do is make sure that these teachers know their boundaries. You got to be professional, and you have to understand it's somebody's baby. Get a grown man. Don't get a baby. Get a grown man.
Is that a problem or an issue where an adult woman is fascinated with a teen boy and will have sex with him, and not maybe one, but several? What is that about?
It is, again, nebophilia, where you have a primary or exclusive attraction to pubescent children, teens, adolescents, and it is not yet in the diagnostic manual as a psycho or a mental disorder, but it is a mental disorder. And so there are some people, a lot of research shows that women who have been victimized by sexual abuse themselves, they tend to repeat it, and you know, maybe at the age that they were sexually assaulted, they start looking for that age group. There's a lot of different—
And why is that?
Well,
is that just a trigger in their minds and we haven't been able to explore that psychologically?
It's a modeled behavior, it's an unprocessed trauma, and so we start to relive it and we start to become attracted to the age we got stuck at. If I was molested at 14, I may become more attracted to 14-year-olds. There's a lot of different factors here.
It would seem like you would do the opposite, though. You would want to protect those at the age that you were victimized.
Absolutely. And then you have a lot of us who do, right? A lot of people who have been sexually assaulted, and they're like, no, I would never want to bring that pain on another person, and that's the road they go. Different strokes for different folks.
And Arnetta, when you see a kid in class, obviously this will...
You better not go there with me, because no, go ahead. When I see a kid in class...
No,
first,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if a kid goes through trauma like this, they have to deal with it, and they're acting out in class, they could be acting out at home. Do you ever see telltale signs where kids have been victimized and then you reach out to administration and CPS as well?
As you know, I'm a special ed teacher, and a special ed teacher, as you understand, we have to look at those signs. We're driven by data. What is data? Watching your pattern. So if you see a kid with those type of issues, you either go to, typically that's why they're in special ed, to make sure that we can fix the problem through different types of resources, and then we go to the counselor. So we take a real teacher takes the necessary steps, not someone who has some sexual fantasies. As a teacher, you should not have sexual fantasies about these students. Period.
It's also important that a lot of these women and men who are attracted to younger people, they come to schools because of that attraction.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot to think about.
Yeah, it is.
And for the young people who are dealing with this and trying to get up, is it a tough journey to deal with it, Dr.
It is. It really is a tough journey, but you can get help, right? It can be processed. You can't ever 100% get over it, but you can get through it and be your best self. You absolutely can.
We want to thank you for joining. Stop being so suspicious.
You said Lynn.
You're a good, wholesome teacher.
Yes, I am.
You don't trust nothing that's coming out of my mouth.
That is not true.
Dr. Boone, Arnetta Murray, thank you both for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored.